Good afternoon. Welcome to Customer Effects Training Webinars. My name is Dale Richter, and today we're going to be talking about the SalesLogix Cloud. Specifically, the administration options. We're going to be looking at creating a new department. I want to thank you all for joining me today. Why don't you hold on just a second. I'm going to switch over to my web and we'll get started right away. Okay, so here we are. I've switched over to my web client on the cloud here, and I'm logged into SalesLogix and looking at the welcome screen right here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go find the existing departments that I have. In order to do that, I'm going to choose the administration navigation bar on the left-hand side of the screen. You see here on the left bottom side of the screen. So if I click on administration there, you'll see all my different entities within the administration, users, teams, departments. I'm just going to click right on departments here to see all the existing departments that I now have within my SalesLogix. Here under my All Departments tab, you see all the different departments that are available to me and that have already been created. In this webinar, I want to go out and create a new department. So I'm just going to go to the top of the screen here where we have our administration menu. Click on that menu and I'm going to choose New Department. When I choose New Department, it brings up the Insert Department dialog box here where I first put in my department name. And I'm going to call this Inside Customer Sales. There we go. And the default security profile then. I can choose a different default security profiles, and of course we can set up default security profiles also. That would be in the administrator on the LAN. But here we have all the ones that already exist. I'm going to leave this set just as the read-write profile. So anybody on the inside customer sales team will have a read-write profile for any of those records. Now I'm going to go ahead and save this new department that I have here. Now when I save that department, it brings me to the detail view of that specific department. Up on the top it says Department Inside Customer Sales. We see the name that we named it, the default security profile, as well as the created date, the last modified date, and who modified it, the administrator, and that's who I'm logged in as. So now down in the bottom of the screen you see we have two different tabs here. We have a Members tab and we have a Teams tab. So under the Members tab, this allows us to add individual users into the Inside Customer Sales. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on the plus sign here. And then because I don't have a lot of users in here, I can just click on Search. Brings up all my users of SalesLogix. And I can choose, I'm just going to choose Jay Johnson here. And click on OK. And that person, Jay Johnson, then gets added to the Inside Customer Sales department. Now I can also add teams to a department. So the whole idea here is that even though we may have Inside Customer Sales as a department, we may have that same department in the Midwest territory, in the Northeast territory, in the Southwest territory. So that's why we're allowed to add teams directly onto a department. So here, let's click on the plus sign again. We'll add a department in here. Again, I'm just going to click on the search here to see all my departments. And I'm going to choose the Midwest team to add into my Inside Customer Sales department. And you'll see there that team has now been added. Now to save this, I want to make sure to go up to my save icon in the upper right hand corner of the screen and saved my information into my department. Now there are some other things that we are able to do with the department. If I look over on the right here, I can copy the department. So if I wanted to create another department that was similar, I could just click on copy here, rename that department, and I would be done. Or I can replace a department on all teams. So if for some reason I wanted to redo my departments, I didn't like my naming conventions or something, I could go ahead and create a new department and replace that department or replace a department with another department on all teams. Now also, if I go to all departments here again, in my list view, I have some other common tasks over on the right hand side of the screen. where I could choose a department to add to a specific team with that first option there. Or I could choose to remove a specific department from all teams. And of course, I could choose certain records to save as a group or export that to like an Excel file or something. But adding to a team and removing from the team are a little more specific to this departments in itself. So remember, to access all the departments, the first thing we did in SalesLogix is go to the administration navigation bar. Now, the only reason I have that is because I'm logged into SalesLogix as administration. So make sure you have access to that. Once I'm in the department screen and I see all the departments, if I wanted to add a new department, I just went up to the administration menu at the top of the screen and chose New Department. When I added a new department here, all I really had to do is give that department a name and set the default security profile. Once I did that, I could save it with the icon over on the right-hand side of the screen, and at that point, it would have brought me to the default view, and I'll get me back here to my Inside Customer Sales, the default detail view for that department. And here we are at this point here. Then once we're on the detail view, we added members and we added teams into that department. Now we can also come here to delete a department. But you'll notice here, if I try to delete this department, I'm going to click on the X here. It does not allow me to delete it because it has members. So before I can delete a department, I have to go remove my teams and remove my members from that department, and then it would allow me to delete the department. So this webinar on the SalesLogix Cloud has been on the administration options. In this specific one, we looked at creating a new department. There are other webinars on the administration options that I hope you take a look at also. I want to thank you for joining me today, and have a great day.